Hey there everyone, Doogie Manheimer here with another little video tier list that I want to make. Now, Zelda has been on the forefront of my mind ever since the direct that we had last week, and I just want to put some Zelda vibes out there. And I know I'm playing through Majora's Mask and I have any opportunity to talk about Zelda most of the time, but up until the release of Tears of the Kingdom, where I will eventually do a full-on playthrough here, I just want to have any excuse to really go and talk about other Zelda games and my experiences with them and, you know, just be real happy about Zelda. So I figured why not do a tier list about the Zelda games. And this is going to be including all the spin-offs. I found a tier list that has Breath of the Wild, Triforce Heroes, it has Cadence of Hyrule, Hyrule's Warriors, so we are gonna go through all of it. So please leave a like, subscribe if you're looking forward to Zelda. I will be doing a ton more videos, including tier lists on Link's designs, Zelda's designs, whatever I can think of really. Discussion videos, which I will do a discussion video here about Tears of the Kingdom pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. But without further ado, let's get into some ranking business. Now, personally, the way I have my ranking system here, I have it all the way from Z down to D, and then also haven't played or can't honestly rank. Now, the can't honestly rank ones I have there because either it's been a really long time since I've played the games, and I can't really genuinely put my thoughts out there. Not honestly, because I mean, I could try and remember what I think of those games, but I just don't think it would be fair to put it in there if I haven't done my own recent playthrough of it, you know? So, that being said, Z, there's only going to be one game in Z tier, because that's my absolute favorite Zelda game. That's no surprise to anyone that's listened to me before. Whoops. It is A Link Between Worlds. Now, I've played Zelda games before this game came out. I played Ocarina of Time. I've played Skyward Sword. I've played Ocarina 3D many a times. As well as just like some time with like a friend's DS with Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass. So my Zelda history up until that point wasn't really varied. However, this game is what made me a full-on Zelda fan. What did it do to me? I don't know. The 3DS is one of my favorite systems of all time, and I was super hyped to this game. And a lot of people are just like, oh my god, it's going to be like, you know, A Link to the Past remade, basically, or just a retelling of A Link to the Past. And like, I can't wait to play, blah, blah, blah. And depending on the time that you grew up with Zelda, it's either you like A Link to the Past more, or you like A Link Between Worlds more. And I am of the latter, where I Link Between Worlds more. Which, I will just put this up here right away too. Let me see where I can find it. Where is A Link to the Past? Link to the Past, Link to the Past, Link to the Past. There it is. Link to the Past, I'm going to put at a solid... I'm going to put it a solid B. Why do I put it so much lower than A Link to the Past? Or A Link Between Worlds? A Link to the Past, I never played that game until it came out on Nintendo Switch Online. No, that's a lie. I have it on my 3DS from the Virtual Console, but I didn't get much more than like an hour or two into it, so I didn't play it a lot. But then it came out on NSO, and I played through Super Metroid before Metroid Dread. I played Super Metroid before Metroid Dread came out. Loved Super Metroid, loved Metroid Dread. And I was like, you know what? Since I'm playing some games, let me play A Link to the Past. And it took me a couple months to play through it, I'll be honest with you. I just wasn't as invested in this game as I thought I was gonna be, especially since I like A Link Between Worlds so much. I was kind of disappointed as to like I just didn't get attached to it as much as I thought I was going to. And it's disappointing because it shares a lot of the same aspects, but I don't know. I really don't know. I just didn't find it to be as good as the time as other games, which is a little sad and probably be a disgrace to many Zelda fans, but that's where I put those two games. Now, we'll just go in order of the rest of this list, because I just wanted to get these two out of the way, because one's my favorite, and then the other one's literally almost the same game, and I just got to put that out there. Just have to put that out there. A next game, Breath of the Wild. This is going to be a solid S. Breath of the Wild is one of the first Yeah, one of the first Zelda games I was actually able to be in the hype cycle for. At least for the mainline games, because I was in the hype cycle for Hyrule Warriors and Triforce Heroes and, the like. But Breath of the Wild was the first mainline game I actually was able to see the last game come out and me play it, being Skyward Sword, like the mainline title, and waiting for like the next big 3D Zelda game. And it was Breath of the Wild, and I was able to get on the hype for it. It was supposed to come out in 2015, then it was supposed to come out in 2016, then it came out 2017 with the Switch, and it was supposed to be a Wii U exclusive. So I was there ready for this game, and seeing that reveal trailer at E3 where you see this vast open world and you see how big and expansive this world can be, Link swimming in his undies in the ocean cooking food, like it was something else. And then you actually play the game, and it's like nothing you've ever played before. At least that's what it felt like to me. It was something new and something I just wish I could relive again, which I'm hoping I can relive again in Tears of the Kingdom. I'm so excited for that game. But also, too, I give Breath of the Wild a lot of props because of its story. Now, I know it doesn't have a very involved story, and a lot of people discredit Breath of the Wild because of it. But I just think of it in terms of its implications. The Link that we're playing now is a Link that was there for the Calamity returning. He witnessed everything unfold before his eyes. Sure, he had a case of amnesia, and you have to remember all the memories, blah, 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 retract all of that stuff. But just think about it. Like, you were the chosen hero by Zelda herself. You were a champion, chosen from the few, the proud, the brave, the Marines, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You were chosen to save the world, and you failed. Every one of you failed. You could not uphold your promise. You could not uphold the deal that you were supposed to do. And that's heartbreaking. And you go through to all of these worlds to reclaim these divine beasts, and you get the souls, the memories of your comrades, the people you were supposed to do this with. And then their descendants. You got Mipha, who's now just gone, and now her brother is standing in her wake, ruling the Zoro domain for her. You have Urbosa, and I believe it's her daughter. I don't remember her name, but she is now like the queen. She's ruling over the land. Like, this is the aftermath that everyone has to live with now. You're the lucky one that actually got saved and can redo your mistakes. But you are the only one that gets the chance to do so. And it's all the implications of, like, just the thought of all this happening. Like, everyone's dead. You're the only one that's still alive next to Zelda that you honestly, like, worked with in the past. Like, it's insane. It's crazy. I'm done. Breath of the Wild is such an amazing story that no one just wants to look through. It's fine. It's whatever. Triforce Heroes. I am going to put this game on the same tier as A Link to the Past. Well, Triforce Heroes, it's a weird game, but it's a fun game. I played through this game with my girlfriend at the time. I bought her a 3DS so that we could play this game together through like local mode and have one person come online to like play with us. And I am so lucky I was able to play through this game when it came out and like have the whole journey be there and not have to worry about the AI or play single player. Like, I'm just so glad I was able to experience it the way it was intended. And it was a blast. It's so quirky. It's so weird having to figure out the dress system and get bonuses based off of that. And like, it's just a laid back, weird Zelda game. And I'm sure like through mods and whatever emulators you could recreate the experience online with others like the way it was intended to, but the time that it came out, it was just cool. It was a really cool thing, much like Four Swords Adventure, like having 4 players right there with you go through the game. And if you don't have the 4 players, then it's just like not really the same experience. That's why it's not any higher, because like if you could always play the way it's intended, then it's easy, at least an A, because it's cool. It's a cool game. But you can't really do that. And so I got to knock it down for that, because you can't just go on your 3DS now and just be like, let's play Triforce Heroes. Like, there's going to be nobody playing that game unless you like have a devoted like couple friends that's going to do that with you. So it's just a shame. But it is a fun, quirky Zelda game that not a lot of people talk about. And it's definitely not one of the best, but I don't think it's the worst either. I think it's pretty cool. Next up, we have Skyward Sword. I will be placing Skyward Sword in... Oh, this is going to be tough. Yeah, I'm doing that. Skyward Sword, next to A Link Between Worlds, was the other game that really brought me into Zelda. I remember getting Skyward Sword for Christmas the year that it came out, and I played like an hour of it and then I dropped it. I don't know what it was, but I didn't play it through. Fast forward summer of the next year, and I played through the entire bit of it within like a couple days, and I was floored. The dungeon design, the final boss, the music, the story that it tells. It has my favorite Zelda ever in this game. My favorite dynamic between Zelda and Link. They're just friends. They grew up together. They know each other. They aren't some queen and knight that needs to, respect each other's boundaries and, like, oh, I don't want to work with you. You're just a lowly knight or whatever. You're not a mystery to me. Like, you were my childhood friend. And now we have to ease into these roles of our destiny. And it's heartbreaking. And it's so good. Now, the Wii motion, blah, blah, blah. It worked perfectly fine for me. There's some people out there who hate this game solely because of controls, and it's valid, especially if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work, and it really detracts from the gameplay. But Skyward Sword it worked great for me. I didn't have any issues with it. It was fantastic. This is one of the few Zelda games I've actually replayed more than 3 times. The others being Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. Every other Zelda game I've only one and done, maybe played twice. Skyward Sword is the only game I've really played through other than Ocarina of Time more than 3 times. To completion, like all the way to the end. Like I played and beat Skyward Sword HD on my own time, and it was, just as great as I remembered. Truly phenomenal game. Spirit Tracks. Alright, this is going to be some of the few where I can put haven't played. Same with Phantom Hourglass. Now, I said I played a little bit of it on like a friend's DS that had it at the time, but it was only just to like see it, because I didn't know there was Zelda games on the DS at the time. I was only like, 8, 9, maybe even less than that. No, I was like right around there, 10 at the most when like I had my DS. And I didn't know there was Zelda games on the DS. I don't even know how to explain it. Like this cartoon Link, Toon Link, really? I didn't even know he was a thing until Smash Brothers Brawl, when he was a fighter. And I was like, who the heck is this Link? This Link looks funny. Like I honestly didn't even know Wind Waker existed at the time. I was like, this Link looks super weird. What the heck is this guy? And I never played them. I have Spirit Tracks on my Wii U Virtual Console. I bought it just because like I figured I'd play it one of these days. And I just haven't. So I'm just going to be honest, I haven't played those Zelda games. And I know some people might say I'm not missing much, Phantom Hourglass especially, but I just couldn't tell you about those games. Twilight Princess. I am going to put Twilight Princess... Yeah, I think that's fine right there in B. Twilight Princess, like the same thing with Wind Waker, I didn't play until I got the HD version on Wii U. Now, I knew about this game, though, because I got my Wii the Christmas it came out in 2006. And I was super duper excited to play Wii Sports and, the games that had come out for it, like all the quirky, dumb Wii Remote Waggle games. And I didn't really know much about Zelda at the time other than what I played with Ocarina of Time back on the N64. And I just remember seeing a lot of advertisements for Twilight Princess, like with Wolf Link, and I was like, dang, this is cool. But I confused it a lot with Okami at the time because they looked so similar with like playing as a wolf or, kind of animal, that I thought it was the same game being advertised twice. And I was like, this is weird. So I just didn't think twice about it. But then I finally played it when it came out for the Wii U. And I thought it was a fine Zelda game. I thought it was cool. I thought it was fun. I finally understood why, people were looking forward to this game. It's a fun game. It's cool. If you ask people what's like a Zelda game pre Breath of the Wild, they'll be like, oh, Twilight Princess. Because it's gritty, it's adventure-esque, it's, stereotypical what you think of a Zelda game. And I thought it was cool. Midna was cool, the Wolf Link was cool. The final fight against Ganondorf was pretty cool, and like Pig Ganon, I thought that was pretty cool. The items were pretty inventive, but very select usage. But it was still cool. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on Twilight Princess. It's cool. Not a bad game per se, but it's just cool. Minish Cap. I'm going to put Minish Cap at A. Minish Cap I played through on my Ambassadors program on the 3DS because I bought it at launch. And because of that, after the price drop, we got 10 NES games and 10 GBA games. The NES games came out later for Virtual Console, but the GBA games never came back to the 3DS. And I never played, like I said, handheld Zelda was a complete, just like, didn't even think about it at the time. I didn't even realize there were. And when I played this on my 3DS, I was like a freshman in high school, or 8th grade, something along those lines, because I remember playing it on my car rides to school, and I had an absolute blast. The sprite work in this game is amazing. The mechanic of going small and going big, and like talking to all the little people and seeing acorns be as big as a freaking building, like, it was so cool. The way that this game presents everything is fantastic. I will admit, I don't remember a lot of the story. I don't. I just remember the pure gameplay experience being a ton of fun. And I look back upon it very, very fondly. It was a good time. It was a great time. And I think I'm going to go back and play it again now that GBA is on NSO. I want to replay it. But just from the memories that I have with it, I had a really good time with it. I remember thinking this is one of the great Zelda games. So, yeah. That's all I got to say about Minish Cap. I just remember it being super good. Four Swords Adventure. This will go along here because I didn't get to play it with other people. I got to play it with just myself because I played it on my 3DS. And I just... or what is it? What's that version of the game called? I don't even know. Where's my DS at? This is not my DS. Give me a second. I'm going to find it. Scratch that off the record, Your Honor. I am misremembering. I swear to God, I played Four Swords Adventure somewhere, but I don't remember where. It's not on my DS or my 3DS. I'm misremembering. Hey, Future Doogie Man Hammer here. I wanted to let you know that I went back on my 3DS and I went back to the eShop to check my re-downloaded or downloaded software, and I found Four Swords Anniversary Edition on my 3DS. So I did have it, I did play it on there. I'm not going crazy, but I'm gonna leave it on I can't honestly rate because I genuinely believe I thought I was going crazy. So that goes to show my recollection of this game. So I just wanted to let you know I found it. I'm not crazy. Goodbye. Wind Waker. Now hold on, are these games separated? Oh, they are separated. HD version versus regular version. Okay, where is I'm blind. I am blind. Oh, here it is, HD. I will leave Twilight Princess down here with the plebs and put HD up here because I didn't get to play the original. I played the HD version, so we're gonna put the HD version. Wind Waker, you can stay down here with the plebs too. Where's Wind Waker HD? Here we go. Wind Waker HD. You get to go in A rank as well. Now, a lot of people have a lot of nostalgia for Wind Waker, especially at the time that it released. A lot of people were waiting for the next big, gritty Zelda adventure, the follow-up Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time. And you didn't get that. You got the Wind Waker, the beautiful, cel-shaded, cartoonish Link. And I remember not knowing about this game at all. I absolutely did not. But looking back on it now, like, a lot of people either hate this game or look back on it with a ton of fondness. And when I played this game for the first time when it came out on Wii U, I had a great time with it. I thought it was fantastic. It looked beautiful. The story of, Link trying to save his sister and Tetra being Zelda the whole time, spoilers, but being with you and your crew and you had no idea at the time, like, I thought that was pretty cool. And just the fact that, like, you're in a pirate gang and you gotta travel through the seas to, like, get to your next destination. It was not your typical Zelda. And I really appreciated it for that. I appreciated its kookiness and its just the way it wasn't afraid to be weird. And I liked it a lot because of it. So that's why Wind Waker gets to be in A. Next up, Four Swords. Yeah, same thing with Four Swords Adventures. Oracle of Ages and Seasons. I'm going to also put these in honestly can't rank. Because I played through these games much like with a Minish Cap on the 3DS. And it's weird because I distinctly remember Minish Cap, mostly because of this dumb talking bird I have as a hat. However, Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages, I just really mix up a lot because they virtually are very similar games. And obviously, it's much like, Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Green, Pokemon Yellow. Like, it's a lot of it is the same, but there's differences here and there, like the characters that are in them and the items that you use. And I just can't accurately rate these games because so much of it is mixed up in my mind because I was playing through both of them at the same time, which was a mistake on my part as a kid doing that. And I really got mixed up and I was just like, I thought this happened in this game. No, this happened in this other game. And I really got lost and it led to me not finishing them. Hopefully I can get back to it when they get it reintroduced in GBA NSO because I want to. Like, this Link design is so good. But I'm just going to leave those there because I don't want to be unfair to these Zelda games. Look at that. A real Zelda fan, huh? I haven't played 5 of these games. That's insane. Yeah, you can take my opinion very, very good. Majora's Mask. I know I'm currently playing through it right now on N64 NSO. But in general, Majora's Mask is an S-rank game. It is so dark, so weird, and so good. This game is not afraid to do what it wants, and I really respect it and appreciate it for that. The deaths and the just the always there impending doom is insane. Everybody's living out these same 3 days other than you. You're the only one that's like worried about what's happening here and trying to stop it, and everybody else is trying to put on this festival or flee or just live their life. And it's crazy to think that I'm the only one that can stop this. I'm the only one that can literally see death looming over me, and it will impact in the next 3 days, and I have to do all this work. It's really, really different, and it's really great because of it. Much like Wind Waker, and how it's not afraid to be weird, and it's not afraid to be something that Zelda has been known for up to that point. And I just really, really like it because of it. It's just really good. It's really, really good. Also, I just love the designs of Link back in, the N64 days. Like, the art for Link is just top notch. And it's going to be no surprise as well, Ocarina of Time is going to be right there next to Majora's Mask. Now, these aren't in order of rank. You know what? Maybe I should do that. I'll do that at the very end. I'll put them all up there, and then I'll rank them all accordingly. Ocarina of Time was my first Zelda game. Back when I was a kid, my cousin was playing through Ocarina of Time, and I was just in awe watching him play this, and I would do the fishing mini games for him. that was my whole shtick, was I would do the fishing for him, because I really enjoyed doing that aspect of it. Everything else I would just watch him do, but if he was near the fishing pond, I'd ask him, hey, can I have a couple minutes and go fishing for you? And that was what I did. Fast forward to when Ocarina of Time 3DS came out, which I'll grab Majora's Mask 3D and Ocarina of Time 3D, throw them up here too. When I played Ocarina of Time 3D, it really just like opened up a neural pathway in my brain that I forgot even existed about Zelda. And Ocarina of Time 3D, Link Between Worlds, Skyward Sword all came out relatively close to each other. Yeah, Skyward Sword's 2011, Ocarina of Time 2011, and then Link Between Worlds was 2013, and Wind Waker HD was 2013. Yeah, like these games really just, it really impacted my Zelda. The way I consume Zelda, the way I love Zelda like I do now, is because of those games. And it just, I played through Ocarina of Time so much. I beat that game at least like 10 times on the 3DS, both hard, like regular and Master Quest. Like it was, it was crazy thinking back on it now how much I played Ocarina of Time. And I just, it's so close to being the Z rank game for me. But The Link Between Worlds really just holds like a special place in my heart. It really, really does. What's next? The Force Link's Awakening. Link's Awakening, I did not play the original Link's Awakening. I only played the Nintendo Switch remake, and I'll put that at a B. I thought it was a fine game. It was cool that it was all a dream. That whole like shtick of it was cool. And everything's kind of weird and mishmashy. And the visuals of this game is like literal perfection. It being like a little toy box, it's awesome. But it really didn't do a ton that Zelda hasn't done in forever. Obviously, if I had played the game, back when it first came out, or like the DX version, then maybe I'd be singing a different, praise like a lot of other people do. But playing this game on the Switch, I was like, it's a great, cool Zelda game. Didn't really do much for me other than just being a nice, cool Zelda game. And the visual style really helped it a lot. But it was cool. It was fine. None of these games are going to be C and D, huh? Oh, here we go. Here's the C and D games. It's going to be Adventure of Link and The Legend of Zelda. Now, I will be totally and completely honest. I have not beaten either of these games. However, I can appreciate The Adventure of Link more than the original, because I played through more of Adventure of Link. The weird 2D side-scrolling sections really is ingrained in my memory, like very weirdly. And I played both of these games on the 3DS Ambassadors program. Excuse me so much. And then that's where I can really like articulate a lot of my history with the Zelda franchise, especially the older ones, is like the Ambassadors program, because those were my first like real instances of like, I have these games and I can play them whenever I want. And I just remember the 2D side-scrolling sections really just like hit me different, and like talking to the villagers as you walk by them, like it was just weird, but I remembered it in a good way. Zelda 1, I should go back and replay that before, like soon, because like I got so lost and I was so confused and upset that like I just didn't know how to play this game. Like it was just frustrating for me as a kid. Like I just was like, what the heck am I supposed to do? It was, yeah. I'm not gonna say anymore. I just like was like, what the heck am I supposed to do? I don't get it. A lot of this, like Wind Waker, Four Swords, Link's Awakening, Four Swords Anniversary. I swear to God, Four Swords Anniversary. Where did I swear to God I played that game, and I have that game. So I swear to everybody, I'm gonna go to the 3DS eShop and just like make sure it's not like undownloaded or something, because I swear to God I played that game on my DS. Anyways, Master Quest, yeah, I did that on like a 3DS version. No, not that, not DX. Ancient Stone Tablets, I have no idea what the heck that is. BS Legend of Zelda, no. Alright, here we go. Hyrule Warriors. Hyrule Warriors, I'm going to give a solid B. Hyrule Warriors was one of those games that I thought was like a fever dream. I remember it being announced in Nintendo Direct, and I was like, what the heck is this game? I'd never heard of a Musou before that either, or like the Dynasty Warriors games. I heard of them, but I had no idea like what those games even were. Like I didn't know what to expect. And we got the trailers, we got the actual game itself, and I'm still salty we didn't get the cool special edition that like Japan and Europe got with the cape and the chest and everything, because I would have bought that in a heartbeat. But it was such a fun romp through Zelda's history in such a good way of doing it too. Like it was so novel, and now we have 2 games in the series. And I think that's pretty sweet. And I'll put that, where is it? Is it not here? It's not here. They don't have freaking Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. That's a shame. Age of Calamity is an A for me. Of course, the biggest letdown of that game for me is the story. I was really, really hoping that it would be a literal prequel to Breath of the Wild, and we get to see the carnage of everybody dying, of everybody like getting to the point of where we were when we started Breath of the Wild. But then it goes through this whole parallel world journey, and we actually did save the world and blah blah blah, and that's just really upsetting, really, really upsetting. And I really wish they didn't do that. Otherwise though, I thought the characters are cool. I thought being able to be in, you know, the Breath of the Wild world again in such a different gameplay style was so cool. Like that game really was one of my hypest games I was ready for. When it got like announced and then came out later that year, it was something new, because it was in the middle of the pandemic, and they just shadow dropped the trailer and like the art and like all this stuff, and we were just like, what the heck is happening? It was something different, man. So it's not on here, but Age of Calamity is an A. I'm gonna leave Definitive Edition and Legends down here. I have them, I've played them, but Hyrule Warriors, it's just the same. Oh, I mean, the 3DS version sucks, of course, but like we're just gonna leave that there. Cadence of Hyrule, I haven't played. I have it, I just haven't touched it. I'm not the biggest guy with rhythm games, and I mainly got it for collecting purposes, but I'll just leave that there. And then the other game I can honestly rank up here is Link's Crossbow Training, which will also just get a solid, I'll just put it down and see. It's a cool game. I remember getting the zapper and having fun with it, but it was not really anything more, because I played it like as a kid. I didn't really think more of it. I just thought it was a cool little dumb thing to play with the zapper because it came with it. Too bad I don't have it anymore, but yeah, as a kid I just thought it was like dumb fun. So yeah, that is my Zelda ranking. Oh yeah, let me put these in order. S, I'm gonna put Ocarina of Time 3D up here. You know, I'll get rid of original Ocarina of Time and original Majora's Mask, just so it's a little cleaner. Get out of here. Stay down here. Okay. Yeah, Ocarina of Time first. Second, Breath of the Wild. Third, Skyward Sword. Fourth, Majora's Mask. Yep. A, I'm going to put Wind Waker in front of Minish Cap. B, I'm going to put Hyrule Warriors in the very first slot. Come on, stop. Yes. Then we'll put Twilight Princess, Link's Awakening. No, we'll put Triforce Heroes. Stop. Why are you being like this? There we go. Hyrule Warriors, Twilight Princess, Triforce, Link's Awakening. Yep. And then, yeah, that can stay like that too. So yeah, that is my Zelda ranking list. Let me know down in the comments what you would put where, what your favorite Zelda games are. I guess I should just like delete this area because it's not even like, yeah, delete that. It's not even a matter of our thing. Yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know where you would put your Zelda games, especially your Z. What is your absolute favorite Zelda game of all time? And yeah, be on the lookout for more Zelda content in the future. With that being said, I'll see you next time. See ya!